Hello everyone, today we have new video review, and as you can see, this time we are going to talk about fresh release from Trumpeter. So this is a 1/72 scale set and it was purchased with your help, with your donations, and now we have a chance to check what is actually included into this kit. This is a new Pz.Kpfw.VIII mouse. And this is a quite tiny kit, but it's still even in 1/72 scale it should have quite considerable size, so it will be interesting to see what is actually included here. So first of all, box is not that big. I mean, it's not surprising for this scale. Here you can see comparison with my hand, and we have, I would say, quite simple box art. Maybe it is model assembled by somebody. As you can see, tracks are not painted inside. And next, here on the side we have another marking option, so you can copy it in this red primer color, and on the opposite side you can see the same marking option together with a short history note and also address of the manufacturer. So this is a top opening box. Let's open it. If I will be able to open it with one hand, just give me a second. I will do it off the camera so that it will be quicker. Okay, so here it is. We remove this top lid, and here is what we have inside. So as I said, for 1/72 scale it's not really tiny, and mouse is quite impressive in its size, so that's why it is so big even in 1/72 scale. So everything is sealed in plastic bags. For example, here you can see turret part, it is sealed in the plastic bag, so I'll use the scissors in order to open it. Just give me a second. I will take the scissors, cut through this plastic bag. In the meantime, let me remind you that you can support us via donate button on our website. So if you really like our videos and you would like to see more interesting stuff, press this donate button and choose the amount you would like to donate us with. All this money usually used for the improvements on our website. So what I'm doing now, I'm trying to check everything closer, but I think we can do it together. So I will zoom in. Here is the turret part, and as you can see we have quite interesting custom surface here because it's not smooth, and that's really funny because in 1/72 scale it looks unusual, let's say. We also have all hatches pre-molded as a single piece part, so you can insert them separately. Maybe you can even open them, but this is not an interior kit, so keep it in mind. And here we can see how the rear armor panel is molded together with these side panels. We also have molded in chain, which is really also another funny thing about this tank. And here you can check what we have inside. So nothing pretty much, I would say. It looks fine in my opinion. It is, I would say, with some careful painting and weathering you will get really nice result out of such custom surface. And of course, even if you plan to finish it in one color marking option, still it will be an interesting result, especially for 1/72 scale kit. Next, I'm opening another plastic bag. Here we have main hull parts, and it will be interesting to see if it will actually fit into the frame. Yes, it does fit into the frame. So here we have main hull, and again you can notice this custom surface even on the hull. We have some hatches pre-molded here, so they can't be opened on your model. And I can lift it up. Here you can see what we have inside. So this is a lower hull panel, and it looks fine. I mean, it will be barely visible on the finished model, so I wouldn't be so worried about it. And as you saw, here inside we have special strengthening elements, so it won't be just an empty shell. And once we combine again this stuff together, just give me a second. So here you can see that all these parts fit nicely together, so there are no issues whatsoever. I guess with some liquid glue you will be able to get a really nice connection between these two parts. And again, note the welding areas here, they look also quite interesting for 1/72 scale. And maybe I'll try to position the turret here. So here it is. As you can see, this is a really big model, so if we zoom out here you can see how much space it takes, and here you can see comparison with my hand. It's quite big for 1/72 scale. I would say it's somewhat comparable with 1/48 scale releases from Tamiya, but as you remember, Tamiya did not produce mouse in 1/48 scale. Next, I'm opening another plastic bag, so just give me a moment to get it open. Here we already have the proper sprue, let's say, so it's not some, let's say, one-piece molded part. So what do we have here? Here it is. Let's zoom in. First of all, we have a lower panel for the turret. We have also one-piece main gun, which is really cool because you won't have to waste your time with two-piece assemblies. Next, we have here the mantled cover, and as you can see, it also features nice casting surface here. We have some pre-molded rivets, which is also a cool, nice feature. And here we have some parts for the fuel tanks. That's the armor panel in front of the turret, as far as I remember. And maybe we can zoom in even further so that you can see these small parts in detail. So maybe we can also do this. I'm not sure if camera will focus. Maybe it will focus like this. Okay, now you should be able to see that this main gun barrel looks quite fine. I mean, you can see that there is a small amount of flesh, but it is possible to clean it with a sharp knife, so I don't think you have any issues with that. Next, we continue with another plastic bag. Again, I need scissors in order to open it. Okay, so here we have suspension parts. So Maus, just like any other late German tank, has really complex suspension. So here designers decided to solve it with quite simple, I would say, solution. So we have everything pre-molded as a single piece part. Of course, it will be a bit tricky to paint it, but it should speed up the assembly process. We have guiding pins here, so definitely you'll have a really nice result. And note how the drive sprockets are pre-molded. Teeth are visible only on one section. Another section is just plain, so tracks will be fitted directly on it. And maybe now I will open the tracks. So with tracks we have quite interesting thing, because first of all, or at first sight, I saw that we get the vinyl tracks here, but that's not the case, because these are definitely not vinyl parts. These are, I would say, rigid plastic parts, and you can see them here. So maybe I will open the camera a bit so that it will be more visible in these dark parts. And that's really cool that we get these tracks pre-molded as a single piece parts. It means that it will be really easy to work with them. I'm not sure where is the external part. Maybe that's the part which will be installed to the tank lower hull section, and here we have the section where we will install these gray parts in the front, because they're a bit more detailed than what we see here. But tracks look really good, so it's just a matter of careful painting and weathering, and you have a really impressive result for 1/72 scale. And one more thing here is the small bag with metal parts. So just give me again a moment to open it. I'm not sure where they will be used, because as far as I can see we have small barrels here, so still not sure where they will apply. So here they are, and as you can see they're not hollow from both ends. Here is another end. So the question is where they will go. That's why we have to resort to assembly manual, and it comes in black and white, in form of black and white brochure. Let's zoom out a bit, close the camera. So here on the first page you can see some safety advices, also small signs on what these signs mean in the assembly manual. Also we have decals application guide. Here we have parts map. And we continue with the lower hull section. So actually you will have to do everything in opposite way from what I was describing. So basically you feed these gray parts to the lower hull section, and these metal bars will be actually serving as axles for the drive sprocket. That's a really interesting solution, as far as I can see. Or maybe, no, it's written that you insert some metal parts. Let me try to do this so that we will be sure that it is done like this. Yes, it does go there, so here you can see it. Maybe I'll bring it closer. So you insert this part and you have to glue the plastic drive sprockets to these metal parts. That's quite interesting solution. Of course, it will add some weight to the model. Here you can see that we continue with tracks, one-piece sub-assemblies installation on these gray parts. Next, we have some minor elements to install here and there. And then you join this stuff together with the top hull section. And don't forget to drill some holes. As you can see, they should be drilled for some parts which will be installed on the rear section of the tank. And of course here on the nose or on the front section of this tank we will be installing a lot of separately molded parts, such as for example this armor shield. Next we continue with the main gun. So again you have to assemble these separately molded main barrels together with gun mantlet. Then you install it on this one-piece section and you fix it in place with this special part which will be installed from the inside. Again, here you can see that hatches are molded separately, but note that manufacturer does not suggest that you can open them, but obviously you can do so if you would like to have one of the hatches open on your tank. Now of course turret installation sequence is quite standard, so you insert it in these special cutouts and rotate it in the right direction, so 9 steps in total. Next we have first marking option, the same as what we saw on the box art. So as you can see, the top part is single color, while on the lower we have camouflage. And here we have another second marking option which comes in the red primer or factory primer color. So it will be also quite an interesting choice to have in 1/72 scale. So as I said, this kit should be already available for purchase. You can get it in any good model shop. I would like to thank you again for making this review possible. Thank you for all the donation you made, and of course I will see you in the next video review as usual. Don't forget to write your opinion here in the comment section below, and if you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you for joining me today, and bye!